Hey collective, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. All right, y'all, we're gonna get right into it. The next 48, your person is feeling towards you. Remember, y'all, this is a general reading, so if it does not resonate, don't force the shoe to fit. There'll be more readings to come. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Thank y'all so much for the support. All right, let's get into it. I've been getting a lot of messages, so we're just gonna let the cards talk. Crushed, sad, broken, and feeling alone, and boundaries. Somebody doesn't like the fact that you've set boundaries. Somebody does not like the fact, or they're hurt that you drew the line, that you finally said no. They're crushed. They're feeling alone, because you're the only person that has been able to get their full attention, and somehow, some way, they're not, why can't they come towards you? What's the problem? What's the boundaries for? Mask, exaggeration, and bluff. Somebody was pretending because they were not showing up as their true self, or somebody was masking their energy or their emotions, their feelings towards you. Only you. So somebody is fixated on you. Look, fixated, attached, and hypnotized. And then we have here, no one has my attention like you do. So you have somebody's full attention. This could be someone that you've had a past life connection with. Like they feel so familiar to you in this lifetime because you have actually met this person in your past life. You also had to learn some sort of lesson or karmic lesson. You were here to teach this person something, and they were here to teach you something. Look, masculine energy. Even though you guys may not be talking, because I do see boundaries here, there is this energy of you guys still telepathically communicating, or maybe they're trying to. Future days, weeks, months projected. So somebody could be reaching out to you. If you guys are not talking there, it's like they still feel like you're going to be part of their future or something like that. Or somebody could be reaching out to you in the next few days, in the next 48, after you rejected them, after you said no. Something about no. You keep saying no. Because this card says no. And this one says saying no. So something about you saying no to this person, they left them broken, hurt. Maybe they're still hoping that they can reconnect, or y'all can come back together. Let me get one more. And signs, synchronicities, 1111, 222, 333, 888. You could be seeing those numbers, those synchronicities. Your person could be. There are certain things that your person is seeing that reminds them of you, and vice versa. I feel like you guys are mirroring each other. Infinity. Something about y'all's connection was really either triggering, or this is something that they won't ever forget. Like how you made them feel. The Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles, Aries energy, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Something about y'all's connection just won't fade. Like it won't go. Maybe that's what your person is saying. It's like it won't go away. How they feel about them won't go away. They could still be watching you from afar. Look, the Lovers. So this could be a soulmate, twin flame connection. Gemini energy could be significant. Okay, let's see. Next 48 for the collective. What's going on? What is the collective's person's feeling towards them in the next 48? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And they're feeling sad, hurt. Something, look, I told y'all something about past life. Something about past life energy, y'all sharing, y'all have met each other before in a different lifetime. So y'all feel there's this heavy connection, or like deep attachment between you and this person. Something about your boundaries has left somebody broken or feeling alone. What about projected? This King of Pentacles. The Judgment, wanting to, this is reconciliation, forgiveness, death and rebirth. Somebody wanting to come back, or I just heard second chance after a tough ending. 10-10 could be significant. 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands here. So there was and the 10 of Cups. Y'all have 3 10s, so you could be seeing 10 10s, 10-10. Something about a completion, something's been completed, which is possibly why this Judgment energy is showing up. It's like somebody releasing old ways of thinking, being, breathing, eating. Like you're just becoming a whole new version of yourself, a better, improved, more I want to say wiser version of themselves. So somebody could be going through a lot of emotional release, or I wanted to say detachment. Like someone's detaching from old ways of doing things, or being, or thinking. Look, the Hangman, Pisces energy. Somebody's seeing things from a different perspective. But I feel like you drawing the line, the boundaries, saying no, rejecting someone is what triggered their death and rebirth, right? And I feel like if you guys have not been in contact, they could be reaching out in the next 48. Somebody could be wanting to reconnect. I just heard reconcile again. Yeah, look, the Page of Cups. Somebody wanting to apologize, wanting forgiveness. High Priestess, Pisces energy. Ooh. This is Divine Feminine energy. This is something about intuition, and the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom, and the Star, Aquarian energy. I feel like something about your energy collective. I don't know, something, either you have the gift of foresight, like you're able to see into, because we're getting future, right? Projection. So maybe you saw something coming, or you felt something coming, you dreamt something coming. So maybe that's what triggered you to set some sort of boundaries, to close some sort of cycle with this person. Because I am seeing where there's a bit of rejection here, like, and you have 2 cards and saying no, like, so saying no closed a chapter, saying no closed a cycle, or ended a cycle. But I feel like this was something that you felt like you needed to do because of your intuition. Like, it doesn't feel like it was for fear. Maybe someone was rejecting you, collective, because of fear. But I feel like if someone was pretending, or if your person was pretending or not expressing how their emotions or their feelings, you could see right through them. Like, you could see it. So that's why you set the boundaries, because if you're not going to talk about it, if you're not going to speak, if you're not going to express, but I see it, I see the signs. I feel like there, at some point, you had to close that cycle. You had to remove yourself from that type of energy, because the High Priestess and fear, they don't coexist, right? The High Priestess runs off of faith in faith in the intuition, faith in the inner voice, the inner guidance, right? You can't be fearful and listen to your intuition. Like, it doesn't work. So I don't know if that's how you protected yourself, by setting certain boundaries. What else? Next 48 was coming towards the collective from their person. The Tower. Aries energy. So there's a bit of imbalance, or maybe that's what it was. It was imbalance, or maybe somebody was giving too much to the connection. I feel like you drawing the line also shook this person's foundation. Like I said, it triggered them. It triggered them into making some changes, or I feel like something came crumbling. So much so, look, Three of Swords, I'm going to leave it out. So much so in the Three of Pentacles. So there could have been a third party, or there's third parties here that was trying to intervene in y'all's connection. So you had to set boundaries as well. Maybe there were other, like I said, if there were other people that could have been instilling fear into the connection. Again, I feel like collective, if you're this high priestess, you had to listen to your intuition. You had to set those boundaries. And setting those boundaries, like I said, it triggers someone to do some inner work, some inner healing. To stop pretending, stop acting like there's, you know, no emotion there. Knight of Swords, somebody rushing in. Somebody rushing in to say something, to have some sort of conversation. The Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's the boundaries again with the Nine of Wands. But I feel like you may be guarded, right? I feel like you may be guarded because you're focusing on your family, your success, your finances, your stability. You're focusing on long-term commitment. And I feel like unless somebody meets you halfway, you're not going to overgive into anything. You're too busy. I will say though, you guys are showing up as a true pair, King of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles. So if fear was getting in the way, I feel like that is, I just heard a dismantle. Something's being dismantled. Somebody's indecision or conflicted. Somebody could have also had like other choices or options. And again, something is being dismantled. Something's changing here. Next 48, what else? What else? Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And the Seven of Pentacles. So it's like someone's realizing, or maybe they're awakening to this connection that y'all share. I was picking up on soulmate energy. But this talks about partnership. The Two of Cups talks about, love, connection. Maybe somebody was afraid of love or being in a committed relationship. But I feel like after the Tower moment, after somebody realizes whatever was getting in the way, or whatever this fear was, I feel like someone does come in with some sort of like offer, a solid one, something that can grow, something that's like, I'm hearing loyalty and trustworthy. The Seven of Pentacles, like I feel like somebody wanting to invest because they see the signs, they see the look, somebody wanting to put effort into something. Into a relationship or into a commitment, partnership. What is pretend? Why is that here? Somebody could have also used like their work or career as a way to mask their feelings. Like if it's like somebody being a workaholic or overly busy and saying that I don't have time, you know, I wouldn't have time for a relationship, or I don't have time for this partnership, or I don't have time, like, yes, I care for this person, yes, I love this person, but I don't have time for them, right? But I feel like the more they try, it's like they were juggling too much. They couldn't prioritize a relationship. Or maybe this is, like I said, this was pretending, this was bluff, this was just them exaggerating the fact that they didn't have the time. But they did, or they do, right? Because they're seeing the synchronicities, they're seeing the signs that you are someone that brings wish fulfillment. They're seeing the truth. Nine of Cups. They also see that you are someone who is self-sufficient, that has like inner peace, that's emotionally fulfilled within yourself. So even if this person was to be extra busy or a workaholic, or, you know, focus on whatever it is that they're working on, I feel like you, Divine Feminine or Collective, you have your own stuff going on, right? Like you have your own thing going on. So it's not like you're requiring this person's full attention, but there is like, it's like they're realizing that you will be okay with or without them because of how emotionally fulfilled you are within yourself, right? They see this, and maybe even that scared them a little bit. The fact that you're very self-reliant, I was going to say resilient, maybe too, right? Like they just see that you are someone that works hard on yourself, want someone that pours and that pampers yourself, that you take your self-love seriously. So your boundaries, I feel like, came from a place of unconditional love, where not only are you protecting yourself and your values, your beliefs, I'm hearing your integrity, but you're also giving this person, your person, space to figure out and work through whatever it is that they need to work through for themselves. You know, because I am seeing the judgment. It's like someone is waking up, someone is having this realization of the healing work that, you know, they either have to do or work through. But I feel like you setting the boundaries triggered that. Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups. So there's some sort of communication that you and someone, either you and this person are having conversation, speaking truth and with honesties after this, someone's done pretending. Let me just get one more. What else? Next 48. Your person's energy. Next 48. I keep seeing the Seven of Wands as well. Someone's, there could be a little bit of stubborn energy. Okay, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. And the Six of Wands. So the Hangman, I like the Hangman, even though it can be delays, it could be someone not taking action. But I like the Hangman because this is a moment where people start to look at things from different perspectives, and they start to realize that there's other ways of doing something. There's other ways to view something. And when we do that, like when we take ourselves out of our own little box and our own experiences, and we start to look at other potential opportunities or directions or other ways of doing things, that's when you can move forward, you can progress, you can be victorious in whatever it is that you're trying to succeed. Good news coming in for someone, victory coming in as well. And I feel like this is after a period of someone taking the time to shift their perspective. So I feel like in the next 48 collective, you are dealing with someone who is, you know, they are triggered. They are going through that loss. They do feel alone and broken or sadness. But I feel like the fact that you are able to look into the future, or the fact that you listen to your intuition, because the High Priestess is here. I mean, projected. I feel like you see something coming, or you saw something coming, which is what caused, like I said, this boundary to be set. You knew setting this boundary would trigger something, but maybe you didn't know how. But I feel like it is triggering somebody for the better. You know, for them, it's like they're changing their perspective on relationships or partnerships or commitment. Maybe after a period of being single with the Nine of Cups. Yeah, they see the potential. Two of Wands. They want to plan something. Shit, I don't know. All right, I think I'm being called to pull some guidance. What guidance do you have for the collective? What guidance do you have for the collective when it comes to the situation? Okay, we have the Strength and the Queen of Wands. A lot of fire energy, Aries, Leo, more Sagittarian energy. Collective, something about your life force, your solar plexus. So your confidence, your willpower, your assertiveness, you staying 10 toes down. You look good, and you're looking good doing all of that. It's like, continue to be in this energy, right? Continue to be your confident self, your assertive self. I feel like the more you stay grounded, right? And something about your confidence and how confident you move with your, like, once you take action towards something, it just feels like you're not questioning that action at all, even if it hurts, even if it feels uncomfortable. I feel like you've learned how to tame that ego and that pride, but I also feel like you have a healthy dose of it, right? Like, you know when to stand up for yourself, to speak up for yourself. And I feel like you do it respectfully, but people are going to know when you're serious. And I feel like your guidance in the next 48 is to stick with that energy. If you don't feel like that yet, got to step into that energy, right? That confidence, that what decision you made, whatever boundaries you drew, whatever conversation you're having, that you're confident doing so. Okay? I think that's all I have. Okay, collective. Let me know in the comments how this resonates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.